Are you looking for new ways to find and evaluate good investments for the coming years? Have you heard of the contrarian method of finding real investments all around you? Well, if you want to know about all the secret tools and techniques that investors use to finalize any investments, then this video is for you. In this video, I will tell you all the tools and techniques for finding a golden investment opportunity. And don't worry, everything you need to know is online, so you don't have to go anywhere for it. So, all you need is a phone or PC with internet to do all the relevant research and finalize your golden investment. If you are new here, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of these informative videos. If you find this video valuable, do give it a big thumbs up, as it keeps me motivated to keep making more videos for you. Hey guys, welcome to RJN Invests. I cannot emphasize enough on the importance of seeking out asymmetrical bets. Today, I will show you the entire process that I use to discover such bets. But first off, there is a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and what follows is not financial advice, but rather an account of how I come up with ideas for investments. You should think carefully and consult a professional before making any decisions about your money. So after that being said, let's look at some of the steps that I follow to discover hidden investment opportunities. Now let's jump right in. Step 1. The first thing I do is search for asymmetrical bets, which are bets with a small risk and a huge potential reward. I search for contrarian narratives that are a bet with a good probability of paying out extremely significant gains. Simply put, contrarian narratives are those ideas that our vast majority of people either don't know about or don't believe in right away. When I'm on the search for contrarian narratives, I consult two primary sources. The first is a website called realvision.com, which is like Netflix, only it has candid conversations with the world's most successful investors. Over there, dozens of films are published each month by investors discussing the investments that they are currently interested in and are investigating further. These videos have introduced me to concepts that, otherwise, I wouldn't even know existed before. For instance, had I relied just on traditional media, I might not have known that a thriving industry exists without the sale of uranium for use of nuclear reactors. I had no idea that was an option for financial investment. Step 2. The second source of information gathering is the website Reddit. It is a popular forum with many subreddits, or discussion groups, covering topics like Wall Street bets, investing, personal finance, and cryptocurrency. This gives me access to a wide variety of viewpoints all around the world. There is some real information to be found for contrarian narratives. Most of the contributors here choose to remain anonymous, but their information is genuine. Step 3. If you want to develop your mind to become an original thinker, you need to be willing to consider ideas that are dismissed by the majority. You can use a great resource called Audible for listening to audiobooks. Just last week, I took an 8-hour flight and listened to an audiobook the entire time. You can listen to audiobooks and podcasts on the go with Audible. With the launch of the new Audible Plus catalog, subscribers can choose from thousands of audiobooks, podcasts, original audio series, courses, and much more. Step 4. After finding any interesting information regarding investment opportunities, I then search for its popularity. For a piece of news or information to be considered contrarian, it must go against the grain of conventional wisdom. Then I use a free website called Google Trends to research global interest for any given keyword. Just by entering the term or keyword, I can see all the relevant information for my research. For example, when I chose to learn more about cryptocurrency Ethereum in early 2020, I used this tool. So if you put Ethereum on Google Trends, you'll see the interest in the cryptocurrency is significantly lower than it was during the historic rise in 2017. This meant that in early 2020, the vast majority of potential investors weren't considering Ethereum as an investment opportunity. The rationale for this is straightforward. If something has already reached its peak in terms of popularity, I don't want to put money into it because most of the gains would have already been realized by this point. Let me explain this further. In the spring of 2021, when Ethereum was at its most popular, I would have had a good choice in making $4,000 profit by investing in that cryptocurrency, but it would need to reach $8,000 before I would consider doubling my investment. This is a major contrast to the low point in the summer 2020, when Ethereum was traded for roughly $200. According to Google Trends, its popularity was quite low during that time, so all it would take to double my investment would be for it to surge in popularity once more and hit $400. Ethereum's popularity exploded and the price eventually reached $4,000. Now, I didn't quite hit the top at the right time, but I still made 15 times my initial investment. That is exactly what I meant by gigantic profits. But you can't assume something is a safe bet just because it has contrarian features or the possibility for gigantic profits. Step 5. Now, before I commit to any bets, the next thing I do is make sure there are sufficient content present online about the idea. I don't normally place large bets on lesser known cryptocurrencies since I like to have an accurate grasp of the risk involved. In spite of their grand claims, the risks involved remain unclear. I choose options with at least 20 hours of content to digest, and this must be high quality content rather than just comments on some random forum. I usually prefer articles and videos from seasoned investors who I know have a strong track of debating both sides. I read through articles from both sides of the debate that are knowledgeable individuals who believe that the story is unlikely to be true and others who believe it very well could be. This way, I can weigh the pros and cons of each position and form my own opinion. Step 6. When I come across potential investment that fits all of these criteria and uplifts my curiosity, I will do a deep dive into the rabbit hole of research and consume as much relevant knowledge as possible. When I first started investing in the crypto world, I spent well over 100 hours studying various books, videos, and articles. While I'm doing my homework, there are 2 questions I always make sure to ask. Question 1, what needs to happen for the story to be true? Question 2, what needs to happen for the story to be disproved? If I don't feel confident in my answers on these 2 questions and my ability to argue both sides, then I won't be placing a bet. The only time I bet is when I have a thorough answer to these 2 questions. Step 7. There is some more consideration before I finalize the investment. The first thing I do is remind myself that there is always a chance that I am wrong, because nothing is 100% true. That's why I only invest in something that I can comfortably afford to lose. I try to foresee what could happen if my bet didn't win, and if I couldn't maintain the same standard of living on the money I lost. I know I'm betting too much. The second piece of advice I try to stick to is this: don't bet too much on time. This is like betting too much investment and being right about the time when something will happen. See, over the past few years, I've been considering multiple options, which involve betting on 2 things: the direction that something will go and the time required for it to do so. But guessing the time is quite difficult, and that's the main problem. Some of the narratives turned out to be accurate, but it just took longer than I anticipated, and I lost a ton of money that I could have avoided if I would have just been patient and less greedy. I could have won a lot more money by betting on the direction and by buying and holding an asset or stocks. So remember, always weigh in all the options and do extensive research before making any investments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up. So with that, have a wonderful day, and I'll meet you in the next video. Take care.